Commentary on John 7:37 to 39. Context and setting. The scene unfolds during the climactic moment of the Feast of Tabernacles, a celebration rich with imagery of provision, wilderness dwelling, and divine sustenance. On the final day, often marked by the water pouring ceremony commemorating the life giving water from the rock, Jesus stands and cries out, positioning himself as the true fulfillment of what the ritual anticipated. Verse 37. If anyone thirsts, let him come to me and drink. The invitation is universal. Anyone, removing all distinctions of worthiness, preparation, or qualification. The thirst described is not physical, but existential, a deep longing for life, righteousness, and completion. The call to come and drink is striking in its simplicity. There is no process, no intermediary system, no progressive attainment. The act is immediate and personal. The imagery suggests reception, not achievement. One does not manufacture water, one receives it. Here, the emphasis is not on human effort to satisfy divine expectation, but on divine provision meeting human need. The thirst is not resolved by adherence to external systems, but by direct participation in what is freely given. Verse 38. Out of his heart will flow rivers of living water. The one who receives does not merely become satisfied, but becomes a source. The imagery shifts from individual fulfillment to overflow. Rivers implies abundance, continuity, and unstoppable movement. The phrase, as the scripture has said, points not to a single quotation, but to a thematic fulfillment found throughout passages like Isaiah 44, verse 3, and Ezekiel 47, verse 12, where water symbolizes divine life flowing outward to renew and restore. The transformation described is internal, out of his heart, indicating that what is received becomes intrinsic, not external. The life given is not stored, but expressed. The believer is not merely sustained, but becomes a conduit of life. Verse 39. This he spoke concerning the Spirit. The commentary provided by the text itself clarifies the metaphor. The living water refers to the Spirit, yet it also notes that this had not yet been given in its fullness because Jesus had not yet been glorified. This introduces a redemptive historical transition. The Spirit was active prior, but what is being described here is a new mode of indwelling, universal, internal, and permanent, rather than selective and external. The glorification points to the completed work, death, resurrection, and exaltation, through which the barrier between humanity and divine life is removed. What was anticipated becomes realized. Thematic synthesis. This passage reveals a decisive shift from external religion to internal reality. The imagery of thirst and water contrasts systems of effort with the immediacy of fulfillment. The focus is not on striving toward life, but on receiving life that is already made available. The Spirit is not presented as a reward for attainment, but as the very substance of life given freely. The result is not merely personal satisfaction, but an overflow that impacts others. Life begetting life. The timing note, not yet given, situates the statement within a transition that finds its resolution in the completed redemptive work. What was once anticipatory becomes present reality. Summary insight. John 7:37 to 39 presents a picture of divine life offered freely, received instantly, and expressed abundantly. The movement is from thirst to satisfaction, from reception to overflow, and from anticipation to fulfillment.